holding me to maintain the success of this territory. Oh, how radiant are your daughters, and how wealthy are your sons. Your beaches boast your beauty, and your success is second to none. Green and brilliant are your hillsides, they replenish our hopes and pride. Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands, your qualities can never be denied. May God richly bless this territory. May we ask three things of thee: courage for all great leaders, that they may rule our destiny. We ask for wisdom for our people, that they may live in harmony, and understanding for our children, that they may cherish this legacy. Oh, how radiant are your daughters, and how wealthy are your sons. Your beaches boast your beauty, and your success is second to none. Green and brilliant are your hillsides, they replenish our hopes and pride. Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands, your qualities can never be denied. Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands, your qualities can never be denied.
Father, in the name of Jesus, we praise you, we magnify your name, and we exalt you. We thank you, Lord, for the government of this territory and their efforts to educate our children. We also thank you, Lord, for the Ministry of Education and those who have spent, Lord, many hours during the catastrophe, and to see to it, Lord, our children would continue their education, and so we thank you for them. We also thank you for the graduating class of 2018. Thank you for their parents, and we give you praise, Lord, for everything that you have done for them in helping them to succeed. We thank you for your many blessings for this territory and for all our children, and for this graduation exercise. We do pray for them, particularly that you will strengthen each of them. We ask, Lord, as they go out into a new world where there are different things that they will experience, we do pray, Lord, that you'll be a guide for them and that you will give them understanding, give them the sense of value, give them courage, help them to navigate the world that they will be in and the different things that will come their way. We pray, Lord, you will give them the strength. Give them also the power, Lord, to destroy their weaknesses or to work to overcome them, so that, Lord, everything that they will be faced with, they will know, Lord, that you are right there and they can call on you at any given time. We pray for your blessings upon them, and we also thank you now for the proceedings of this ceremony. In Jesus' name, amen. Please welcome our chairperson for our 2018 graduation exercise, Mrs. Brenda Letsam Tai.
The Premier and Minister for Finance, Honorable Dr. D. Orlando Smith. The Minister responsible for Education, Honorable Myron Walwyn. The Leader of the Opposition, the Honorable Andre Foy. Honorable Alvaro Maduro Keynes, representative for the 6th district within which the school lies. Chairman of the Board of Governors of the H. Lively Stowe Community College, Dr. Charles Wheatley. Chief Education Officer, Mrs. Connie George, and other officers and senior officials from the ministry. Principal, Mr. Andy Francis, and the staff of the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies. Parents, well-wishers, and graduands. You're not quite graduates yet. A very pleasant good afternoon. Without further ado, I know we're running just a tad late, but I would just like to welcome you. In 2014, the government of the Virgin Islands made a bold move in creating the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies, the very first senior high school dedicated to the development of technical skills. Today, we are gathered here to celebrate the graduates of the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies at this, its only 2nd graduation exercises. I welcome you, and we will go right into the ceremony. First, we have the principal, the new principal. We have the welcome, official welcome, and principal remarks by Mr. Andy Francis. Please help me welcome him.
All protocols observed. It was Napoleon Hill who said that patience, persistence, and perspiration makes an unbeatable combination for success. It's with great pleasure and pride that I welcome all of you to this graduation ceremony of 2018. We gather today to honor the students of the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies, class of 2018. Today we celebrate you. Your class has experienced significant change and challenges. However, you have not only survived these changes, but thrived. Your success in the face of challenges, combined with your resilience, has positioned you to successfully enter a changing world. I also salute the Ministry of Education for their continued support in ensuring that you can be equipped with the requisite skills and competencies to make a significant impact in your areas of specialization. Special commendation to all the parents who are here this afternoon to celebrate with you, and of course to faculty who toiled with you throughout your tenure. Whilst we have had many challenges, we have had many successes as a school, and we look to you to carry the mantle of the school with you as you go into the future. As in the words of Henry David, when a new day begins, dare to smile gratefully. When there is darkness, dare to be the first to shine a light. When something seems difficult, dare to do it anyway. When life seems to beat you down, dare to fight back. When there seems to be no hope, dare to find some. When you're feeling tired, dare to keep going. When times are tough, dare to be tougher. When a friend falls, dare to be the first to extend a hand. When you feel great, dare to help someone else feel great too. And when the day has ended, dare to feel you have done your best. Dare to be the best you can, at all times, dare to be. Go confidently in the directions of your dream. Live the life you have imagined. Welcome to everyone.
It is my pleasure to be here to celebrate with families, friends, and educators this afternoon as we congratulate the 2018 graduating class of the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies. Before I bring my message to you, the class, first let me say kudos to families, for I know all too well how essential your role is to the academic achievements of each graduate here today. You would have worked with your graduate in many ways, I'm sure, whether it was through encouraging the child to remain steadfast and focused despite the effects of the 2017 floods and hurricanes, or perhaps you would have assisted them in challenging projects, attended parent-teachers meetings, and even checked in with teachers from time to time. Regardless of your role, you ought to pat yourselves on the back because sitting before you is the fruit of your commitment. I wish to congratulate the educators of the various vocations represented in this graduating class here this afternoon. You have been very critical to their success. I'm sure that you have imparted your knowledge on them, and now they will in turn do their part to build this economy. Now you, the students, for I know that you are anxious and eager to turn your tassels and begin the next chapter in your lives, so I will be brief. Graduates, my message to you this afternoon is to keep the momentum going. Do not stop. Do not settle for where you are. Do not quit today. It's not the end, because today is not the end of your personal development. It is only the beginning of several chapters waiting to be written. The reality is, the bright burning candle called momentum is in the palm of your hands. You can either blow it out or keep it burning to make your mark in the history of the Virgin Islands and in this world. So I challenge you to do two things. One, broaden your horizon for the opportunities to refine your skills, for the opportunities to refine your skills are endless. And two, become certified in your vocation so that you are the leader in the industry of your choice. I'll explain my 2 points. I'll speak first about broadening your horizon and refining your skills. Tourism and financial services industries are a rapid seed of employment for the people in the territory, both now and in years to come. But if you are following global trends, you'd recognize that the education demands made by society continue to shift to the areas of industry and technology. The world is changing with technological advancements and other forms of industrial growth, which are constant reminders that time never stands still, and neither should we. This territory needed to continue on this wavelength and strengthen our existing trade industries as we seek new opportunities to expand. When this institution was opened, I said that I expected that the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies would be a high-quality trade school serving the needs of our secondary school students, aspiring training and development in technical fields. So I was very pleased to learn that at 17 years of age, Radiance Modeste was reported to be the event's youngest competitor and took the top prize, the overall winner of the seafood competition. At the annual Taste of the Caribbean competition. Congratulations. This is a reputation of the candle of momentum. Last year we saw Grayston Pickering, Casella Farrington, and Noel Spence in action in their first debate following a successful win. This is representation of the candle of momentum. When I say that you should take advantage of every opportunity to do best in your chosen vocation, that is what I meant. Graduates, your presence here this afternoon proves that you've indeed heeded the call, for you are now the graduates of this fine institution. I'll now move to my second point, that is taking the next step to become certified in your areas of interest. One of the lessons we were able to learn from the unprecedented weather pattern that rocked us to the core in 2017 is that the trade industry is essential to this developing economy. We have seen that it is critically important to have the technical expertise and skills in place to chart a path toward economic success with Virgin Islanders at the helm. The reality is, it all starts with and will continue with you. So let me say this. Whether your next step is to attend college, university, or become self-employed, or work in an existing establishment, I want all of you to consider looking for the gaps in our community and filling our niche technical industries and becoming not only qualified, but certified in those areas. Position yourselves to be more regionally and globally competitive by becoming We must continually find new ways to diversify the economy, and this begins with you, young people. In the BVI, there are many opportunities to live your dreams. Do not step where you are now, for this territory needs your skills and training. Each of you graduating today represent future generations of not only business persons and leaders within the private and public sectors, but also skilled craftsmen, artists, performers, and service professionals. Each of you represent the future Virgin Islands economy. So students, use this time and youth to refine your craft and learn as much as you can. So as you prepare for the even larger step in life, the power is in your hands to make your mark on the business scene. Share your knowledge, collaborate with each other, as iron sharpens iron. Each of you must sharpen your skills, learn with each other, and grow together. My government will continue to do our part to keep the momentum going with policy and small business development investment. So don't stop, don't quit. So there's not the end of your personal development. In fact, it's only the beginning of several chapters waiting to be written. The reality is, you must keep the momentum alive so you too can make your mark in the history of the Virgin Islands and in the greater world. Remember, my last words to you, keep the momentum going. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Premier. We will now be entertained with a song by Jody L. Gibson, Deontay Thomas, and Chamurna Tilak.
I used to be afraid of giving up. The road was just so tough. Out here on my own, a path was so alone. But now I see clearly, everything within me is reaching up to the sky. I can see the world with open eyes. You can let it pass you, just take hold and grasp it. Now the time to take a chance. With the strength of 1,000 men, climbing to my feet again. Try to stare from your eyes, and everything will be alright. You know the rainbow's just inside. Dust your wings off as you rise. If your heart feels overwhelmed, just know you're never by yourself. Put your head in mine, put your head up high. Together we'll rise. Never lift your head up to the sky and find yourself acting why. Never see them eye to eye with the hardships of our lives. The fate is where my heart is. The energy replace my doubts. Won't let those trials get the best of me. I'm marching forward towards my destiny. You can let it pass you, just take hold and grasp it. Now's the time to take a chance. With the strength of 1,000 men, climbing to my feet again. Try to stare from your eyes, and everything will be alright. You know the rainbow's just inside. Dust your wings off as you rise. If your heart feels overwhelmed, just know you're never by yourself. Put your head in mine, put your head up high, and together we'll rise.
Together we can do anything.
We'll rise.
We can do anything.
We'll rise.
We can do
them a better round of applause than that. That was beautiful. I have my next 3 contestants, GenY Factor 2019, right there. Help me welcome. I don't know what to say. This was the man with the vision for the school, the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies. Help me welcome the Minister for Education and Culture, Honorable Myron V. Walwyn. Welcome him.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. I think the appropriate recognitions were already made, so it should be sufficient for me to say good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon. And of course, a special good afternoon to the graduates who are here with us this afternoon. Graduates, please allow me first to offer my congratulations to each of you for your determination and dedication to the completion of your high school education. While this academic year was filled with a myriad of challenges, each of you have used those challenges as stepping stones, which has allowed you to arrive at this level of your educational development. Give our graduates a round of applause, please, for being here. The Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies, unlike the other secondary schools in the territory, was fortunate to have received very little structural damage after the hurricanes. And because of this, you were able to have a full day of school. I take this opportunity to thank the Deputy Principal, Mr. Clifton Forbes, and the Principal in Training, Mr. Willis Potter, and the team and teachers and volunteers for spearheading the cleanup process and working diligently to get school started on October 5th, about 1 month after Hurricane Irma. That too requires a round of applause because that was remarkable. We also welcomed Principal Andy Francis in January of this year to continue the work that was started. And although he has only been here for 1 term, he has been able to build on the work started by our first principal, Ms. Jermaine Scatliff, to shape this institution into one that will build capacity so that we can achieve our goals and continue on our journey to create a culture of excellence in the education sector in the Virgin Islands. The ravages of the 2017 hurricanes brought us squarely with the reality that we must build technical capacity in the Virgin Islands. This institution was formed specifically with this in mind. We found ourselves after Hurricane Irma with very few plumbers, very few electricians, very few masons, very few carpenters to repair our building infrastructure. A report from the Labor Department indicated that a total of 1,710 workers, mostly in the construction industry, entered the territory following the ravages of Hurricane Irma. This tells me that we have a problem, and a problem that we must address head on. It also reveals to us the opportunities for our young people to make a good living and to get a good start in the technical fields. Indeed, life has changed in one way or another for many of us, but I wholeheartedly believe that as a territory, we were presented with an opportunity to correct some of the things that were perhaps not done the best in the past and rebuild the Virgin Islands to ultimately make it a better place to live and work for our citizens and our residents. But this will require each of you, graduates, to empower your future, as your theme for this graduation states, to make this a reality. You have begun this process by completing this portion of your education through the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies. The skills that you have acquired in hospitality, catering and tourism, home economics, cosmetology and auto mechanics should be used to revolutionize these industries in an effort to diversify the economy in the Virgin Islands. The men and women that built the Virgin Islands were never afraid to explore ways to become self-sufficient. This led to the creation of the boat building and rum making industries,
which ultimately contributed greatly to the economic prosperity of these islands. Graduates, empower your future and the future of the Virgin Islands by taking a page from the books of our ancestors and build upon some of the industries that they have created. Every generation has the responsibility to build on what was started by the previous generation. It is now your time to take our technical industries to another level. This is why the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies was formed. We have already seen your generation taking its responsibility seriously to build on what was started. Radiance Modest, as the Premier indicated, who is a hospitality, culinary, and tourism student, graduating from this institution this afternoon, represented the Virgin Islands at the 2018 Taste of the Caribbean, where she won the top prize as a junior chef in the seafood competition. I want Radiance to stand up and give Radiance a round of applause for what she has done. We also have educators who are here, like Tanya Malone Smith. Where's Tanya? Tanya served as the team manager and coach for the BVI culinary team at the very same competition. And we have Mr. Neil Klein. Stand up, Neil, in your dark glasses there. Neil was selected to showcase Virgin Islands cuisine aboard a Holland American cruise liner. This is a testament to the quality of instructors that we have here delivering instructions to our students at the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies. Give our experienced faculty a round of applause for all that they do. Among the 2018 graduating class of this school this afternoon, we have the valedictorian, Akima Jupiter. Akima, stand up. With an overall average of 76.71% and a GPA of 3.30. And Kewana Pope, with an overall average of 76.66% and a GPA of 3.30. We almost had a dead tie. Give them both a round of applause. We have 5 honor students graduating today. And please stand as I call your name. Akima again, Kewana. Rakoy Johnson. Radiance Modest and Siobhan Vanterpool. Give them all again a round of applause. I would like to ask 3 very special students who are graduating this afternoon to stand up, and I'll tell you why. I see one of them already looking at me kind of how. So I'll call her name first. Deanna Leslie. Nixon Hamilton. And Shazina Haywood. Now, these students last year, these 3 students were unsuccessful in their initial attempts at passing a specific subject at the exit proficiency exam. Those students that were unsuccessful were given another opportunity to retake the respective exam after the graduation date. These 3 young people remained determined to receive their high school diploma and retook the exam and were successful. And now they're here today, receiving that very diploma. This is a type of determination that we all must have if we are to succeed at whatever we are trying to achieve. Give them a round of applause again for their tenacity. Please sit. The Ministry of Education remains committed to developing needed competencies and skills in technical and vocational education as we seek to cater to the demand for specialized labor in the territory. You have each registered for the Caribbean Vocational Qualification exam scheduled for September. This exam, which is the equivalent to CSEC exam for technical subjects, is a CARICOM-approved award that represents the achievement of a set of competencies which define core work practices of an occupational area consistent with the levels articulated within the regional qualifications framework. The CVQ exam is administered through our partnership with Heart Trust of Jamaica. Graduates, when you complete the required coursework and write the examination, provided you are successful, you will be the first recipients of this regional vocational certification in these Virgin Islands. Now, we are doing this for you, and I encourage all of you to empower your future and take this examination seriously. Now, as I was preparing for my remarks today, I thought about what I wanted to know when I was about to graduate from high school. I came across one of my favorite books, The Defining Decade by Dr. Meg Jay. That book speaks about the importance of your 20s and how they ultimately shape the success of your life in your later years. Although you have a few years until you enter your 20s, most of you, there is no better time than now to prepare to take advantage of every opportunity that will ultimately allow you to be able to make your contribution to these Virgin Islands. Each of you will experience a different path as you continue towards your development. You'll be required to collect a few skills, establish relationships, and develop professional resources, which we will call your identity capital. Your identity capital is your collection of individual resources that you assemble over time. They're the things that you do well enough or long enough that will become a part of who you are. Some identity capital goes on your resume, such as your degree, your jobs, and your test scores, while other identity capital is more personal. The way you speak, how you solve problems, how you interact with people, whether you can be trusted to do a good job or not, or whether you are reliable or not. Identity capital is ultimately what you bring to the job market. In other words, it is your professional and personal reputation. And I want to tell each of you, young people, to guard your professional reputation very jealously, particularly in the technical fields. You get jobs based on those things that I identified as your identity capital. Use these years to improve your technical skills, to improve that capital. What we have done at this school is to prepare you with the basic skills that you will need to enter a particular area. Do not leave this graduation today believing that you have arrived in that area, because you have not. You still have a lot to learn. It is your employers and your mentors that will build upon what we have done for you at this institution. Listen to them. Take advice. Show up to work on time if you're going to work, so that you can develop that important identity capital that will make you successful when you step out on your own to become an entrepreneur. As a parting gift from me, I would like to give each of you a copy of this book, and I want you to read it, The Defining Decade. Now, I'll call your names, and each of you will come and collect the book from me.
Akima. Keiwana. Rakoy. Radiance. Siobhan. Bernicia. Rickwan. Deanna. Nixon. And Shazina. DeMario.
I said to each of them to make sure that they read the book, and parents, I'm asking you to make sure that they do in fact read that book. You'll find it very, very helpful to you as you enter your 20s. Now, there's some of our students who are not successful, but as we have done in the past, we have always created a pathway to help our unsuccessful students to achieve their high school diploma. For those who failed 2 or less subjects, they will be able to achieve their high school diploma through our credit recovery program. For those students who failed 2 or more, will be able to achieve their high school diploma through our newly established online diploma program, which will have its first sitting in September of this year. And those students who failed the exit proficiency exam will have a chance to sit the exam again in November. I am asking those students who fit into any of these categories to make contact with your school principal or exams officer, Mrs. Lilia Burke, so that arrangements can be made to accommodate you. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my staff at the Ministry of Education and Culture, particularly the Chief Education Officer. CEO, please stand, and all the education officers who are here this afternoon, please stand. Dr. Bruley and all the others, please stand up. Dr. Alexander, that's you too. I want to ask you to give this team of professionals a big round of applause. Immediately following the hurricanes, days after, while their homes were in disarray, these people came to find me at the moorings to say, Minister, what is the next step so that we can get school going? We got schools open within a month of the hurricane. I get cussed off because they say we rush in, but we had to do what we had to do to get the children back in school. And this team of persons supported me and did that job. And I want to thank them publicly for that. I'd like to thank the principals and the teachers and the custodial workers of this institution for their hard work and dedication to our students, particularly this academic year. Class of 2018, once again, congratulations on this achievement on your education journey. I encourage you to continue to invest in yourselves as we seek to build a better Virgin Islands for all of us. May God bless you all.
Thank you, Honorable Walwyn. I would like to reiterate the importance of a skilled labor force as we recover and rebuild from the recent hurricanes. Plumbing, woodwork, carpentry, and electrical skills are in high demand. And having certification in those areas gives you serious marketability. So remember that, our graduates. I now invite the Honorable Alva Maduro-Keynes, representative for the 6th District, to come and give her congratulatory remarks. Honorable Keynes.
Good afternoon, students, teachers, parents, family members, supporters. Thank you very much for coming out and supporting these young people as they move forward in their education life. I always like to start my school messages with this quote from the Mighty Sparrow. Children, go to school and learn well. Without an education in your head, your life will be pure misery. You're better off dead. I know some may not think that that is so, but it is so. Students, today I know you feel like you have been through the most, many ups and downs, changes after changes, like adjusting to the changes brought forward by Hurricane Irma, uncomfortable situations at school, no electricity, no water, but wasn't it all worth it? Let me hear you. Wasn't it all worth it? Look at you all here, sitting proudly. You should be proud, as I am beyond proud of each of you today. I know most of you know me from coming to the school as Teacher Finley's mommy. Danisha is my daughter and she teaches in cosmetology. Danisha, stand up so they can see you. That is my beautiful daughter, Danisha. And if any of you want a nice young girl looking hairstyle like this, you can go to the school and they will fix you up, because they fix me up all the time. Young people, you are our future. You are up-and-coming cosmetologists, auto mechanics, massage therapists, cooks, chefs, doctors, and lawyers. You shouldn't stop here at technical school. There is no way says that you have to stop here and that you cannot become a lawyer. You can become a lawyer, you can become a doctor, you can become the premier. All if you believe you can become any of those things. Whatever route you desire to take, push for it. Always stay focused and remember, nothing worth having in this life comes easy. For those of you who did not make it, if you're here today, I just want to remind you that all is not lost. There are many persons I know who did not graduate at their given time, but they repeated and pushed themselves to become some of the most successful business persons in this island. Anything is possible if you believe. From here on, I want you all to turn your can'ts into cans and all your dreams into plans once you believe. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Keynes. Now, the next item on the program is salutatorian remarks by Miss Kawana Pope. And I have to say something. She knows I'm going to say something. I met Miss Kawana Pope when she was a contestant for our very first Jane Y Factor competition. She ended up in the finals, and she blew us away. She didn't win, unfortunately, but she was our first runner-up. And if anybody knows Kawana, you know she has an amazing voice. So I take great pleasure in welcoming Miss Kawana Pope, our salutatorian, to give her remarks.
I acknowledge the protocol that has already been established. A pleasant good afternoon and welcome to everyone. It is indeed an honor, and I am truly humbled to stand before you, not only as the VIST Songbird, but as your proud Valedictorian of the graduating class of 2018. First and foremost, I would like to express an attitude of gratitude to the Almighty God for allowing me to achieve this great accomplishment. For without Him, this would not have been possible, and for this, I am extremely grateful. I would also like to express gratitude to my family. I love you guys so much. My teachers, my friends, well-wishers, and to you, my classmates. To my fellow classmates, I am sure that we can all agree that it seems as just yesterday we had entered this institution. I can still remember the excitement I felt just thinking about transferring to a new school, a new environment, meeting new friends, new teachers, and wearing a new uniform, which in my opinion is one of the best. I was grateful for the opportunity to continue my secondary education in an area that I knew I would enjoy because of my passion. Ever since I was a little girl, I was always asking for dolls so I could comb their hair, not forgetting those little girls' makeup kits, and the lip gloss. My lips were always shining. My parents always used to say, I can see where your career path would be. I must admit that the 3 years that I've been at this school have helped me in the development of my craft and also benefited me with a bit of cha-ching. I'm forever grateful. Now, let's get to the meat of the matter. Class of 2018, I would just like to leave a few words of encouragement. Simply put, don't give up. Philippians chapter 4, verse 13 states, I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. Throughout these past years, we were faced with many obstacles, slapped with great challenges, kicked to the curb with adversities, but we did not give up. We kept on pressing. In spite of all the Goliaths we faced, we were all Davids. So to my fellow classmates, let us continue to be the best in all that we do and persevere, because we have greatness inside of us. To persevere means to continue in a course of action, even in the face of difficulty or with little or no indication of success. So whenever it gets difficult, because guess what? It will. But continue to press forward. Keep it moving. Walk, run, jump, or crawl if you have to. Rest if you must, and cry if you have to, but don't you give up. At times it will get a bit lonely, even a bit rough. Sometimes you might even feel a bit discouraged. It's like seeing the finish line a few meters before you, then all of a sudden it appears as if it was moved a bit further. In all these trying times, just lift up your eyes to the hills from whence cometh your help, because all help comes from the Lord. He will not bring us this far to leave us. In the words of Earl Nightingale, and I quote, all you need is a plan, roadmap, and the courage to press on to your destination, unquote. So let us keep pressing. Class of 2018, we have the potential for greatness lying within us. Here among us today, we have hairstylists, makeup artists, massage therapists, chefs, auto mechanics, and business owners. Giving up is not an option because we have work to do. I would like to recognize and express gratitude to a few individuals that has left an indelible mark on my life. I would like to recognize them in a real way. Let me begin by telling you about Miss Rouse, my English teacher. Every Tuesday mornings before leaving home, I had to ensure that I ate a big breakfast in order to prepare for the massive explosion of work that awaited us. Miss Rose is very passionate, but demonstrated tough love at times. She operated like a dump truck that was ready to offload the many assignments, classwork, homework, and quizzes on us. But we knew it was for the best. She would often ask, and I quote, "Why pinky wanna? What's with the look?" Unquote. I would admit those times the pressure was on. And it was hard to smile. But today, look at my smile now. For this, I say thank you. I will never forget the memorable times we shared together. Ms. Maduro and Ms. Penn, hairdressing and finance teacher respectively. You both were like my second mother. You always made sure that I stayed on the right track and ensured I did what I needed to do. You both were there for me in the tough times and always encouraged me to reach for the stars. For this, I am extremely grateful. Mr. Donovan, one of the most down-to-earth and cool teachers I know. I really appreciated the creative, fun, and most interesting ways in which you taught us science. Students of the integrated science class, I am sure will agree that you made learning fun. I would never forget how you would emphasize on the word excellent whenever we answered a question correctly, and often asked us, "Everything blessed?" We surely appreciated such enthusiasm and will surely miss you. Mr. Badwill, the two years of sitting in your math class surely wasn't an easy task. You put up with our mess, but found ways to help us gain a better understanding when the work seemed a bit difficult. I remember the times we had oral reviews, and if the answer were incorrect, you would say something like this, and I quote, "Well, what am I hearing now?" Or, "Oh, my finger." Nevertheless, you taught us discipline and would always encourage us to stay focused. For this, we say thank you. To other teachers, staff, and principals, don't for one moment think that I'm forgetting about you. Because of you, I was molding into the young lady that I am at this present day. You are all instrumental in my life, and for this, I say thank you. It would be remiss of me if I did not mention Miss Jormaine Scatliff, our past principal. She laid the foundation for it all. My first impression of you was someone who seemed very strict, a person that didn't tolerate unpleasant behavior and always had high expectations. My classmates and I truly missed you this past year, but we can proudly say that your devotion to our education is remarkable, and we say thank you. Last but certainly not least, I would like to thank my family for their love, prayers, and continued support. To my mom and dad, thank you guys so much for your unwavering love, support, and encouragement. Especially to my mom, you have been my rock. You always encourage me and speak positively over my life, checking in with me and making sure I did my schoolwork and turned in all my assignments on time. You always ensure that you were there at all my school activities. This meant so much to me. Dad, I know we've had a few disagreements, but one thing that you should know is that I love you forever and always. Finally, what we have accomplished here today shows that we've worked hard. We were determined to succeed, and as a result, we are celebrating the fruits of our labor. We have reached to the end of one chapter of our lives, and now we have to turn to a next page to continue the next. Whatever may be our future endeavors, whether we are continuing our studies locally at HLSCC, overseas, or entering into the world of work, let us continue to strive for greatness, keep moving forward, and keep God at the center of our focus. I could not stand here without giving special words of encouragement to those who are not successful. This has been a bittersweet moment for me because some of my closest friends did not make it. Remember, this was just a setback for a much greater comeback. To my girls, Bree, Livy, and Nisha, you three have been close to my heart. We've been through ups, downs, and merry-go-rounds, but we always stuck together. This is certainly not the end, so don't you guys give up. Hold your head up high and always keep those beautiful smiles. I would like to dedicate a short burst of this song to you all. I just can't give up now. I just can't give up now. I've come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe He's brought me this far to leave me. And I don't believe He's brought you this far to leave you. I thank you.
Beautiful. Miss Kiwana Pope. The graduating class of 2018 will now have the school song, followed by the presentation of awards by Miss Constance Christian, mother of the valedictorian, and Miss Latoya Rouse. The graduating song. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome again to the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies 2018 graduation. Without further ado, I'll call the presenting students for the following awards. First up, we have, where's that? First up, we have Akima Jupiter. She receives the Valedictorian Award, Top Priority Security Service Award for top student. She receives a laptop. She also receives Honorable Alvira Maduro Keynes and Mrs. Malone Smith Award for second place in HCT. She receives a bar set and a NutriBullet. She also receives highest Scholastic Achievement Award in Mathematics, Social Studies, Entrepreneurship, and Food and Beverage. Also, next up we have Kewana Pope. She receives the Valedictorian Award, Top Student in Cosmetology Award. She also received Creations Beauty Salon and Hair Supplies Award for first place in cosmetology. That's a cash prize. She also receives Student 1 Award for first place in cosmetology, a product kit. She also receives awards in hairdressing, beauty therapy, massage therapy, tourism, customer service, and physical education. Rocoy Johnson, top student in Automotive Award. He receives a Legacy Auto Shop Award for first place in auto as an auto student. He receives a toolkit and paid entrepreneurship. He also receives high Scholastic Achievement Awards in Human and Social Biology, Automotive, and Technical Drawing. Next up, we have Radiance Modest. She receives Top Student in Hospitality, Culinary and Tourism Award, highest Scholastic Achievement Award in Integrated Science and Food Preparation. Vernisha Walters receives Most Improved Student. Shaquem Pont, he receives a TAG Award for second place in auto. His prize is a toolkit and internship. His brother will receive his award.
Janisha Emmanuel receives Studio One Award for second place, cosmetology. She receives a product kit and cosmetology tools. She also receives highest Scholastic Achievement Award in English, data operations. Can Ms. Penn please come and collect her award? Thank you. Brianna Pemberton receives the highest Scholastic Achievement Award in Financial Services. Thank you, Ms. Penn. We also have special awards, one coming from the CCT company. We have a representative to present this award, Ms. Geraldine Hopkins.
Requan Minot.
Radiance Modest, she receives BVI Tourist Board Award for first place in hospitality, culinary, and tourism. Thank you.
Recognizing the protocol already established, good afternoon. Moving right along to more important matters, let me first say that I am truly humbled to stand before you here this afternoon and give remarks to this class of students who demonstrated nothing other than pure excellence. Graduating class, today is your day. Hurricanes Irma and Maria underscored your technical needs, and in case you did not notice, we are all here to support and commend you on your dedication towards self-advancement. So, enjoy the moment, feel good about yourselves, take pictures, take lots of them. Now, graduating class of 2018, isn't it a good feeling to see your parents, family, teachers, and friends smile? Well, guess what? You have now mastered the trick to put smiles on their faces. And guess what? All you did is what they told you to do. You listened, you obeyed, you worked hard, you stayed focused, and you believed in yourself. These simple tools that crosses into all disciplines, which you have now acquired, are the same tools needed to excel in your respective disciplines. More so, if you want to continue feeling as good as you feel today, keep applying them, and you will see for yourself how fulfilling your life will be. And you know what? Just to make sure you are clear on these tools, let me break each one of them down for you. You listened. Graduating class, have you ever taken the time out to notice that listening takes very little effort? We all do it automatically. Yet, some people put so much effort trying not to listen. What a waste of time and effort. Graduating class, you, however, don't have that problem. When your instructor spoke in class about the principles of cosmetology, massage therapy, automotive, hospitality, food preparation, food and beverage management, you listened. Can you imagine how difficult it would be trying to learn those skills if you didn't take the time out to listen? You see, one of the good things about listening is that as you listen, you learn. And if it is that God made us to automatically listen, it means that as long as we keep our automatic listening button on, we will always be learning. And this is part of the reason why you sit here so proudly today. You realized a long time ago that the simple act of listening could, would, and will always contribute to your success. Having demonstrated it so well at this, we know with certainty that you will continue to demonstrate good listening skills as you progress in your careers. Secondly, you obeyed. Just as your instructors required you to bring your books to class, be on time for class, to be at class, these are the same requirements that are second nature to you. Everyone here knows that this graduation class will not falter on these simple obedience matters as they move on. After all, if you did not take your books to class, was either late or did not show up for class, would you be sitting here so proudly this afternoon? Though, I must add, what you may not have known along the way is that these simple rules are simply a reflections of life's rules. Mr. Francis, along his hard-working and supporting staff, your guardians, simply commenced the process of molding you into becoming law-abiding citizens by first molding you into becoming obedient students. You worked hard. Your readiness for taking the requisite VIS practicals did not solely come as a result of your instructor's hard work. Now that the results are finally out, it proves that yes, your instructors did their jobs, and clearly, you did yours. Working hard towards achieving the things in life that you hold dearly is the smartest way to go about rewarding yourself. And if you were to ask any of the good folks here this afternoon about working hard, they would all tell you that hard work brings along a sense of self-fulfillment, a great sense of pride, endless opportunities, success, happiness, contentment. And while these characteristics are important, I cannot stand here and not tell you that hard work brings along no strings. Hard work brings along no need to engage in curry favors. Hard work brings along no need to look back. And hard work brings along no restless and sleepless nights. You stayed focused. A simple definition of focus is the concentration or attention on something. A simple way of determining if you are focused or what you are focused on is looking closely at how much time you spend doing different things. In other words, it could be easily said that the things you devote most of your time towards are the things you are most focused on. For example, the fact that you are all part of the graduating class of 2018 means that you are all focused on ensuring you completed your requisite VIS program. Your success today demonstrates that you knew exactly what you were up against, and because we all live in the real world, you also knew of the many distractions that were before you fighting for your attention. But with the ability to focus your thoughts, your mind, your action, and attention, you have come to realize that with focus, distractions, regardless of type, means very little. And this simple feature, staying focused, as simply as it may sound, it will always give you that winning edge. Why? I say, how else can you achieve great things? Because, and by definition, if you are not focused on doing something or some things, it simply means you are focused on doing absolutely nothing. And tell me, who gets rewarded for doing nothing? And lastly, you believed in yourself. How else could you have completed the VIS program? Mommy and daddy, your instructors, your friends may have provided much needed encouragement to you leading up to your practicals. But at that last second, that quiet moment before taking your exams, with all the pressures and anxiety now being very present, you displayed self-confidence needed without the presence or help from any of them. And this afternoon, it is very important that you understand that your ability to believe in yourself didn't just appear out of the blue. It was because you were very prepared, and your preparedness was a combination of a number of factors that included applying your listening skills, being obedient to the rules, working hard, and remaining focused. And as the evening draws near and night draws close, you will again be tested. You will be tested on your knowledge from your practicals, and just as important, you will be tested with different life experiences. Remember though, through it all, rely on these simple tools and build on them. And the confidence needed to face and do the things in life that you hold dearly will prove easy when it's all said and done. And as I conclude, I end with a poem I hope provides some guidance to you as you venture through the wall of life. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're climbing seems all uphill, when funds are low and debts are high, when you want to smile but have to sigh, when care is getting you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Once again, it has been my pleasure in delivering this address. Congratulations again to the graduates, and may the Lord continue to be with you.
Thank you, Mr. Augustine, for those words of wisdom. And I hope you listened carefully, graduates. There are lots of pearls in there. Now the time we've all been waiting for, right? Be honest. You wait through all of that. Is now. Okay, let's go. Presentation of diplomas by the Honorable Myron V. Walwyn and Ms. Shanice Leonard, which will be followed by the presentation of the class of 2018 by Mrs. Connie George, the Chief Education Officer. Welcome, Ms. Leonard and the Minister.
A pleasant good afternoon. I do accept the protocol that has already been established. The students will now receive their secondary education diplomas. Will the students please stand? Akima Jupiter. Kewana Pope. Shazina Haywood. Deanna Leslie. Veranisha Walters. Radiance Modis. Siobhan Vanterpool. Nixon Hamilton. Recoy Johnson. Raquan Minot. And DeMario Morgan. I now call upon the Chief Education Officer, Mrs. Connie George, to present to you the graduating class of 2018.
Good afternoon, everyone. The Ministry of Education has an established policy that outlines the eligibility of all grade 12 students for graduation. The requirements: minimum of 60 credit hours in the requisite areas of study in senior school, 120 hours of community service, passes in exit proficiency exams, mathematics, and English. Reviewing the work of all students standing before us this afternoon, we are satisfied that their students here today have met these requirements for graduation. Honorable Premier, Honorable Minister of Education, ladies and gentlemen, I take the pleasure in presenting to you the 2018 graduating class of the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies. In the capacity of Chief Education Officer, I now declare and pronounce that you are graduates of the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies. And I now ask that you turn your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations and God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates of the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies. Congratulations, graduates. We now invite the Lady of the Hour, Miss Akima Jupiter, to give us her valedictorian remarks. Please let us welcome her.
I accept the protocol that has already been established. Fellow graduates, faculty and staff, parents, visitors, and distinguished guests, good afternoon. I am uniquely fortunate and humble to have been afforded the opportunity and great honor to speak with you today as the valedictorian. On behalf of the entire Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies graduating class of 2018, we would like to extend our sincerest gratitude and appreciation to our faculty and staff and administrators for their commitment, mentorship, and overall academic and personal guidance to ensure that we have achieved this great milestone. We haven't always been the easiest group of students to educate, and you have always had the determination required to get us to this day and beyond. You have taught us more than about formal academics, the life lessons than we will leave here at the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies. which are priceless, and will provide benefit to us and for generations to come. We will go out into the world better prepared than ever to see all our dreams become reality. Thank you for all what you have done, and we are forever in debt. Can we all stand and give the faculty and staff and administration a round of applause? Thank you. To all my family and friends who have encouraged and supported all the graduates through this accomplishment, a very special and sincere thank you as well. To my family, all my friends, I proudly ask you to continue to encourage and support me in every way as I continue through my life's journey. My fellow graduates, today is another of so many important times in each of our lives. We have spent so many years coming and going across the grounds of the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies. And now the time has come for us to move on, having set a standard for which we expect those graduating next year to exceed. We have grown and matured together in so many different ways during our time here at the great Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies. And now it is time for us to move on and fully embrace the next opportunity available and afforded to us. Today can be a time for us to reflect, appreciate, and learn from our past experiences, all the while looking forward to the tremendous possibilities of the future. I would ask everyone here today celebrating our high school graduation with us to consistently remind us that this accomplishment, along with a great feeling of delight associated with it, is but one of many expected accomplishments that lie ahead of us. If we believe, prepare, and work hard to achieve our goals, no matter our circumstances in life. Now, I would like to take a moment to pay a special tribute to my mom, Constance Christian Chapter. Mom, can you please join me? Mom, for whom I have the greatest respect, I express to you my sincerest appreciation. You have been and continue to be my pillar of strength, always believing in me when others did not. For demonstrating to me and our family that excellence is a habit and not a goal that can be accomplished with hard work. I continue to respect for instilling in me those values and that shape me into being the best person I can be. Your sustained and unwavering love and support every step of the way of my life has been unconditional. You always have been putting a smile on my face when I am not at my best. And for that, thank you so much. I thank you with all my heart, which seemed paltry at best, given that what you did for me and so many others. Mom, this diploma I am receiving today is much as yours as it is mine. All that's left all that's left for me to say, Mom, is that I need a raise in my allowance. As soon as possible. Thank you. Congratulations, fellow graduates, and continuous blessing on all of us as we continue our path through life, trying consistently to improve in every aspect of our life, with the goal of becoming the best person we can be while contributing significantly to the overall benefits of the society where we live. There are a couple of thoughts I would like for all of us to keep top of mind as we move forward from here today. Excellence is not a skill. It is an attitude that requires the greatest of effort. And failure to prepare is preparing to fail. In closing, praises and gratitude to our Almighty Creator, without whom none of this would have been possible. I pray His continued guidance, protection, and mercy throughout our life's journey towards the realization of His true purpose for all of us. Thank you for your attention, and all the best to you and yours. God bless you, and God bless the British Virgin Islands. Thank you.
Before I give the vote of thanks, I want to show appreciation by making a few presentations. We'd like to first make a presentation to Bishop Charles. Is Bishop Charles here? On numerous occasions, we call on Bishop Charles to use this wonderful facility. And I must commend Bishop. You continue to do ministry to the community in which this institution is placed in. Thank you, Bishop. We also like to make a presentation to Mr. Augustine, bringing us remarks here, the keynote speaker for our graduation ceremony. Mr. Augustine. We also want to make presentation to Ms. Christian, continue to nurture those who need nurturing. And we also want to give a presentation to our able chairperson who have done a wonderful job in being the chair for this occasion. Mrs. Tai, Letsam Tai. Thank you, Mrs. Letsam Tai. We also want to say thanks to the Premier, Honorable Smith, for his continued support to education, and also Honorable Walwyn as well for his continued support and his ministry for supporting the Virginia School of Technical Studies. Honorable Keynes, we want to thank you as well for your support in this institution located in your district. Madam CEO, we want to thank you for your continued support with us here at this Virginia School of Technical Studies. You know, when we call and when we send different messages, you're there. Mr. Francis and the team of the Virginia School of Technical Studies, We also want to thank you for your continued support and the team at the Virgin School of Technical Studies for their continued support. Mr. Augustine, we thank you again. Madam Chairperson, thank you. We're going to run down the list of persons quickly for who have continued to support and who have made support to this institution from time to time. Box Garage Limited, the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Clarence Thomas Limited, Nanny Key, Village Key Hotel and Marina, Virgin Islands Motors, Tatola Auto Group, One Stop Auto, Top Priority Security, One Math Superstore, CCT, Digicel, International Motors, Treasure Oil, Alfonso Garage, Caribbean Sellers Limited, New Generation Beauty Salon, Speedy's Transportation Limited, Maureen's Marina Inn, Honorable Maduru Keynes, Legacy Auto Stop, Pickering's Garage, Delta Petroleum Limited, L&S Garage, Taxi and Car Rental on Virgin Gorda, Studio One, Amara Spa, Tatola Sports Club, Ayana's House of Hair, McKelly's Beauty Salon, One Stop Mall, Splendor Beauty Salon, 360 Degrees Hair and Beauty Salon, Eclipse Hair Salon and Spa, Oil Nut Bay, Nail Bay Resort, Top of the Baths, the Pub Restaurant, Nibs Auto Sales and Parts, Lil Chan, Rudy's, Smiley Garage, Mares by the Sea, BVI Tourist Board, Sister Vita, Mrs. Cameron, Mr. Tittle, Miss Sylvester, the Lions Club of Tatola, Creation Beauty Supply, ZBVI, and 107.9 The Vibes. We want to thank you all very much for supporting us here at this endeavor. And also to the parents, we want to thank you for entrusting your children with us. And to those, we thank you, and also those who come out to show their support this afternoon. We thank all of you.
The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance on you and give you peace. Through Jesus Christ, O Lord. Amen.